All right, ladies, gents, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of the London session, guys. How are we? Good morning, good afternoon, as always, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Hope we're all doing well on this Thursday. Is the 6th of November. So amazing how fast the year goes, guys. It honestly feels like it was New Year's just a month or so back. It just absolutely flies. Means I'm getting older. Probably a little bit more wiser. Still a handsome fella, that's for sure. But enough of that, guys. I hope you're all doing well. So as per always, we are actually here to look at the charts and to see what we can come up with moving forward, as opposed to talking crap. So we will get underway with doing so. In the meantime, guys, if you could, make sure to hit like button, YouTube, TikTok, smash that little screen for me. Also, if you have any charts or any questions, anything you'd like me to take a look at, I will happily do so. So pop those into a chat and we'll get to you guys shortly. In the meantime, though, first of all, let's take a look at, let me turn the music on. And now let's take a look at a thing called the news. And let's see what we've got moving forward here today, if there is anything actually scheduled for our session here today. Remembering there was not, but we do have some high impact news to come for the pound, which a lot of you do trade. Moving forward into pre-MY, that's in our prior to MY. You've also got the governor of the Bank of England speaking 30 minutes prior to MY as well. So big day in regards to pound news. US news, nothing for today. And pretty quiet into the week by the looks of things, news related, other than with the pound high impact news to come later on today, this evening my time. And here we go, guys. So let's start with the gold and let's have a look, as always, at that weekly time frame to begin. And still an inside bar candle, but look at this, guys. Are we potentially about to flip? So we'll see what we've got in the daily time frame, which could suggest that we may in fact do so. At the minute though, still forming a bearish candle, so maybe we're just pulling back within the candles itself. Obviously it's an inside bar candle, previous candle is bearish. Let's go on to the daily time frame here, and here we go, guys. So what we can see is daily counter probabilities are now to the upside. We have just broken the high of that previous daily closed back bullish at support. So a very strong level of support is 39.30, between 39.30 and 4k. I know just above 4k we've got the resistance, but we have rejected and respected that 4k level for the past few days. Every time we pull back up to it, it just rejects and heads back down. But again, bouncing off support, counter probabilities to the upside. So now I'm starting to paint the picture in a higher time frame. We've got a bit of well, no real confluence there, to be honest. We've got a contradicting direction on the higher time frame, the weekly forming bearish, but the daily suggesting that the weekly could potentially flip back bullish onto the 4-hour time frame here. And what we can see is we are bearish in structure, definitely bearish. Previous candle closing back a what I call liquidity candle, leaving a long lower wick into support, only to close back up near its high. What often follows is a candle like so, just small lower wick, and ends up popping back above, pushing bullish. So happens to be at some resistance though, but it has in fact pretty much completed that move. So once again, structure is bearish, and as I always mention, guys, we technically are at a level of resistance now in the 4-hour, in my personal opinion, but we have some a little bit more margin to the next level. And what I always say, guys, what I always say to you, you always need, irrespective of the bias and structure, you always need to ask yourself, where are we on the chart in regards to the high time frame picture? And right now what we can see is we are definitely right near a resistance. Logically, does that mean it would be a good idea to buy into it? And not saying that there won't be any buy options, but logically you'd be planning for maybe the potential sell options from this level. Onto the 15, we've got support here as well. I'll draw it in on the 15, and that support lines up with the daily low. So it is a 4-hour level, in my opinion. I'm just going to mark that whole level in, and that is the resistance and support that I am focused on. Now, once again, we are tapping into a 4-hour level right now, previous wick to the left. I'm going to draw in the most recent support, which will be confirmed in 4 and a bit minutes. A little prematurely, but likely we will be closing back bullish. We've obviously got the low of the day. At that low of the day, we've got the 4-hour support. So for me, what I like to really see is price come back down. First of all, for the buy options, guys, price come back down. Wow, we are ripping to the upside at the minute. Perhaps take out the Asian range low, only to start popping back above this support and look for some potential buy options from really around that 39.69, 39.70 towards 39.66 sort of region. So off the back of that, to where I'd be looking for the potential buys. It would be great if it does sweep the Asian range low, only to pop back above. Now what we are doing is we're obviously about to close the M15, the hourly candle, pre-Euro candle, pre-Frankfurt Open candle. So off the back of that, we just created the highest point of the current daily. Want to see what happens if we actually pop above that, and if we do in fact begin to reject that zone, and we could look for some potential sell options. It's making a nice clean move now to the upside. A lot of volume has just crept in for whatever reason. So off the back of that, if we did pop up only to reject, I would definitely be contemplating my options to take a sell. Now further options, guys, seeing it is again, it's at a resistance. Ideally it'd be great if it taps in, and if it does begin to yet again reject, pop back down to the most recent support form within the current move to the upside, within the current bullish daily candle, and start to pop below that support. And I do believe at that point there'd be a high probability that we could in fact come back down towards the Asian range low. So that would be below 39.8230 roughly. If price was to begin to pop below that point there, I'd be awaiting a price action catalyst for my potential sell confirmation to obviously the downside. And that is pretty much it. We may contemplate buys from above this support if we in fact pop up, make a clean move up, only to reject and come back down and form support yet again, create that equal high W formation type of pattern. The back of that, we may also consider some potential options to take a buy, but for the time being I am preferring the sells, just based purely off where we are sitting on the chart. It would make more sense for me to look for sell opportunities from where we're currently at than buy opportunity. So that is my current plan on the gold, guys. Make of that what you will. Please make sure though, YouTube, don't forget to hit that little like button. It really does help the stream. And TikTok also, if you could just smash that screen for me, and let's get the masses onto the stream. The best stream on, I have no doubt, we are, as far as education wise, also a bit of fun, a bit of banter, a bit of general chit chat. Probably one of the most entertaining streams out there. On to GJ, guys, and the chart I have pre-marked up for my team, and it's just consolidating at the minute. To me, it's still quite bearish. We do have the weekly forming a strong bearish candle, is pulling back though, obviously, but we do have that lower high, lower low. Previous daily closed bullish, not yet broken high of that previous daily. So as long as we remain below it and continue to reject the current level of resistance, which is a 4-hour level of resistance, I do believe we eventually could head back down. Structure wise on the 4-hour, we are definitely bearish now into the minor time frame here. That in fact is bullish. So off the back of that, a bit of a neutral, a bit of a mixed bias, probably neutral to be honest, but I do prefer the downside. It is cleaner. If it does begin to pop above the resistance, what I would prefer to see is price actually create the move up, create the impulse, cut through some of these wicks to the left, and then look for a pullback buy on a break and retest sort of entry on GJGU. Also just trade at range bound in the minute. Nice clean move back down, which is good, and it has in fact tapped into the resistance here. So I'd be looking for buys from support on GU, and last but not least EU. Respecting the resistance, for upside continuation, I'd like to see a nice clean move up, pull back, break and retest. And for the downside, so if it pops below this most recent support form within the current daily candle, we have clean traffic to the left to rejecting resistance, which was in fact the same level I had marked in from yesterday. So the back of that, closures below 115.03 for me would be a nice option to get involved in a sell for EU if I was to trade it. And that is a quick market wrap up, and the gold is pumping. Gold is absolutely pumping. I mean, I can see it ripping on my MetaTrader. Wow, is there anything breaking news wise? Nothing I can see. Let's have a look at financial juice just quickly. They tend to be a little bit more quick when it comes to the breaking news. German news. Red folder here too, so it's not even listed, I don't think, on Forex Factory. Oh, it is, but it's yellow folder. That wouldn't not really impact gold, obviously being the euro sector. Well, not against the US dollar anyway, but gold for whatever reason is absolutely ripping. Wow. Wow, crazy move. I know some of you will be in it, so nice work if you are. Franco, good day to you. Andy Kane, welcome. Sebastian, hope you're well, brother. Bartman, be much appreciated. Yes, if you guys could give it a like. Paul, good day to you. And Carl, hope you are all doing well on YouTube, TikTok. Thank you to the new followers. And let me have a look through the chat. Don't be shy to say good day, ask questions. Mason, nothing right now. Ethan, nothing at the minute. Prefer to sells from the level we're at. I don't want to buy it into the resistance. It's a 4-hour resistance, but there is no confirmation to sell it at the minute. TO, I have sell from 39.80. Oh, okay. Hope you are managing your trade. I hope you have a trade management plan. I'm not sure what your target is. I'm not sure if it's a swing trade or a scalp, an intraday trade. What's the deal? You ready? Let's see. Gold. Yep, this is gold. Michael, hope you're well. Welcome. Good evening to you, my friend. AB sell level after 4,000. I mean, 4K, it's almost tapped into it again. It is just a level that it's finding it very difficult to break back above. But yeah, that 4K is definitely key level. Psychological round number, and is resistance as well. So let's just see how we react now. All right, so if we do begin to reject and close back, potentially weak bullish here on a 15-minute, or even close back weak bearish, long upper wick, go down to the 5-minute, which I'm on right now, and see what's going on within that. But also rejection leaving a long upper wick in this scenario at this level, which again, it's a strong level of resistance. If we were to close back weak bullish, this would suggest to me we'll just grab liquidity from the upside. If we were to begin to break the low of the candle itself, which will be the catalyst, there's a high probability it could make a move back down to the support, but has to close back weak. We can use the fib perhaps closer to the closure of the candle. Let's just let it do its thing for a little bit now. Could still pump straight through the resistance. We have to wait and see for the time being. My members. Peter, g'day to you, mate. Michael, that was an epic move. Hopefully reject. Yeah, would be nice. Just for me, it's going to be difficult buying it after this sort of move without it resetting yet again. So yeah, what I mean by that is I need a signal, because fact of the matter is it's just pumped some, let's just measure it, 160 plus pips in less than 30 minutes at the minute for now. I mean, so I'm not going to chase the buy without it resetting, but I'm still would like to see potentially reject, but again, we can't just enter a sell in anticipation it's going to reject without any confirmation. So this rate, we're just waiting to see. Woodley, already in long of breaking structure, fair value. Fair enough, mate. Peter, no, I've been back in Melbourne for a month, right on a month actually. Wow, gold is pushing again. Oof. Still could reject, guys. There's a lot of time to go in this candle. 8 minutes still remaining, so we're only not even almost halfway through this M15. Still could potentially reject, and we could still be looking at some sell options. Michael might just break through. It could do that also. There appears to be a fair bit of momentum at the minute here on gold. What's going on, guys? How are we? How are we all doing? Loving life, mate. Michael, nice one. I had a sleepless night last night, so I ended up watching bloody YouTube for the most, from about 2 till 5. I had to be up at about 6, so that wasn't good. So I'm a bit buggered, but it is what it is, isn't it? So still managed to hit the gym, still managed to pump out a really good session as per usual. Just no excuse not to go. Oh, good as can be. Nice one, Carl. Living a quiet life, at least trying to. Yeah, quiet life's good, man. Peter getting over vouching. Yeah, training going well. And eye infection. Yeah, shingles aren't good, mate. Yeah, my mum deals with shingles as well. So, Dean, would it be valid to take a trade off 1 hour IC if it was to tap in? No, look, for me, no, because it's tapped into the resistance, plus it's already pushed and broken above that previous candle's high, so I would have wanted it to be triggered in on the pullback of the current candle that's open, tag us in at that point, and then it would have been valid. So to me, it's not. Look, if it pushes straight through it, I'll draw it up. If it was to push straight through, then this zone has been wiped out and I'm no longer concerned by it. And then you could possibly be looking at the delayed interruption later on, which I'm a little bit, I still don't have enough data to really trust it just yet. Again, doesn't mean I haven't taken trades on it, but I would prefer continuation IC, which is when you get tagged in on the following candle. News to come about that particular entry, guys. Just keep your eyes and ears Open and ready. We have some interesting developments. So like long wick. Just there, or who could come? Will it be up 4,005? Wait and see, mate. Unfortunately, I can't tell you. Have to wait and see. Maybe if the candle closes before 4,000 and sell, or else it will go up more. Okay, if that's your plan. Interesting. ATA rage? No, I don't. It stands for analyze, confirm, trade. I'm in Melbourne, mate. What's the deal with copper these days? It's probably heavily influenced by things such as sanctions and the economy as well. Obviously, if shit hits the fan, which pretty much it has in most Western countries, it's going to be less likely that obviously there'll be investment into properties and things like that, and building and so on and so forth. So maybe we'll decrease the demand in copper. Copper's become, from what I've understood, I haven't looked at a chart. I'm not even sure what the ticker symbol is for it. I'm assuming it's just copper. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Or X something or other. But it's become a bit of a, almost like a meme coin from what I'm hearing. It's up and down all over the place. Amen. What I use to trade? MetaTrader 5 to execute my trades. TradingView to mark my charts. Much easier. You sold and you're going to lose. Sort of blue profile. Not sure why you sold. What was your confirmation? Michael, yeah. You gotta wonder. All the momentum is to the upside at the minute, guys. So again, unless this thing rejects, we've got now. Alright, so we can use the FIP now. And it's highly unlikely. I wouldn't even want the 302. I'd want around 0.236, and that would suggest to me that there is strong rejection at this resistance. If the new candle was to open up, create enough wick and begin to break low of this candle, we're likely heading back down. And it's highly unlikely we're going to close below that point there, but I will leave it marked in for the time being. But for me, there is no sell confirmation. You're trying to sell with the momentum being very strong to the upside at the minute. I'm set with enormous risk trying to sell it at the moment. Lamont, type in the chat for you. Ricky, good day to you. Welcome. See, why does it need to push through resistance so quickly, or is it allowed to? No, it doesn't have to push through on this candle, but as long as we make clean moves through it, then it's become, the zone to me is wiped out. If we begin to consolidate within it again and we pop above, then I would still keep, I may adjust the zone, but I'd still keep this level marked in as a level of interest. And then we'll see if it continues to push away from it. However, if we do just solid straight move up, could be on the next candle, whatever it is, without it pulling back, then that suggests to me that we've wiped out this zone. And yes, at some point we still want to see how price reacts to it if it does pull back to retest it, but I would be more comfortable looking for the interruption entry. And we've closed strong bullish, so there is definitely no sell entry. And the buys for me, again, if there was no entry, which for me there wasn't down here, I can't just buy it at the minute. Marco, I agree. Yep, exact same thoughts. Too late with to buy it as well. Already bit pushed. Well, let's just mark it again. Marking the closures, look at the M30 closure, 165 plus pips roughly. So I really just need to wait and see how price reacts to this zone, and if we do come back down and retest the Asian range high, and if we do in fact begin to pop back below it, maybe form a support around that level, or at least pop back below, it'd be a really nice option and take a sell back down. And K, you're gonna buy. I saw an AB 15. Okay, got it. What time frame? Wow, gold is still ripping here. Tapped into 4K, so let's see how we react. Psychological round number. Samaya, do I think it will drop? I have no expectations of it doing anything, to be honest, though. It could easily pump. I'm prepared to trade it in accordance to whatever signal I get, if I get one. So prepared for anything. If it does drop, I'll be looking for opportunities to get involved in itself. If it pumps, I just need to let it reset for an opportunity to buy, and reset could be impulse up, pull back, break and retest entry, essentially. Maybe no wick. Steph W01, where would you put your stop loss if you were in a buy right now? I was in a buy right now. Depends where I got in. If I got in on break that candle's high, to be honest, I would have traded it to the entry candle, because it's a wide, very wide stop. If you're off the back of the previous M15, would have been about 80 pips once you count for spread. So yeah, Michael, it's really pushing, isn't it? Malik, which is zone now for a buy, potentially above the 4K level, but not without triggering some sellers. I'm not prepared to buy it once it pops above the 4K level after it's pushed by that point, roughly 200 pips from the low. I need to let it reset, so triggering some sellers, maybe close back a weak pause candle, and then closer to London Open, maybe at that point I can potentially look for a continuation buy. OMC 3980, nice one. Steph, you bought 3984. Oh wow, this is, it's not gonna make it easy today, I can tell. Well, you should. Your stop loss should be at least a break even. I'd be trailing it to perhaps this candle's low. Absolutely pumping. What a move here on gold. Alright, so there is a 5-minute interruption, and again, this is the delayed IC entry. Once again, the issue on that is stop loss. Let's just measure it, but have used the 5-minute quite effectively when things are moving with momentum and volume as we are just now. So the entry obviously set the high of that bearish candle. Stop loss, technically speaking, on the interruption, it's below the interruption count itself. That is just way too short of a stop loss, too small of a stop loss. So it would need to be back below that M15 low, and that's 75 pips roughly. To me, that is the only option at the minute. And that might not even present. We could just continue to push straight bullish here. Okay, you close next break of structure or watch 1 hour. Change your character. Nice one. How's the corner? Don't want what's making this pump. Look, no idea. All right, what is that level? Anyway, let's just suss this out. I'm gonna have a look on my broker's chart here. It's 3998.72, back below 4K level. Another thing too, we've obviously not retested the Asian range high, just broken it. But we are pushing well above it, so we may not, again, we may not even come back down to retest that level. So the level we've got within it though is, within the resistance, is this 5-minute bearish candle high. So to me, that is the only potential entry point. FX clipping, no idea, mate, no idea. It's not coming up on as any, there's no breaking news popping up anywhere on Forex Factory or Financial Juice. You've just been a build up of liquidity below the resistance, pushing it through that 4K level. So remains to be seen if it's going to respect it and continue above it. At the minute, this is all I can see. Stop loss has to be back below 15 low, and that's pretty be targeting back of the high. Malik, can I look at UJ? All right, so the weekly was not flipped back bullish, but it does have a high low, high high to the previous and could potentially be flipping still. What I do see on the high time frame picture is that we are obviously the structure is definitely bullish. We have tapped into the resistance. We continue to remain above it. So off the back of that, I do believe high probability if we begin to flip, break above that current weekly candle high, that we will continue to the upside. There's a good chance of that happening. 4-hour structure is technically bullish as well. By the looks of it, let's mark in the high. That is actually most recent support. So could there be sells below it? Is it rejecting a key level? Well, it is rejecting some resistance here to the left. It's a psychological number, 155. No, not quite tapped into that. Again, so the structure is bullish. We remain bullish at this rate until back well below 151, 530. So it's a long way off. I've got some more support. The downside here on the 15 now. That appears to also be bearish. It's low, yeah, it is bearish. All right, so what I'd be looking at on UJ is potential continuation sells below the current daily candles low. What you want to see is price sweep the Asian range low, pull back to retest that level, and if it begins to pull away from it, could have a potential option and take a continuation sell. Aside from that, I'd be looking for sells upon the pullback. Previous daily close strong bullish, so we could just form support though at the current level. So I'd definitely be considering buys from support as well as an option, and buys from above the resistance. That's what I would be looking at on UJ. So the good thing is it's approaching a tradable level. You just need to patiently wait for it to create a decent support, give you a price action catalyst, a signal, whether that be a engulfing candle, liquidity candles, or whatever your signal is for a potential buy. And if it crashes through it, I'd want to see it trigger in some buyers prior to crashing through, and then close below 153.80, look for a retest off that zone, and then continuation sells. Back to the gold, guys. All right, so 39.98.72. And it's based on the 5 minute. Trading Caden pushed into premium for London dump, so I mean that could happen. Trading Caden, do you also think we would have strong bearish action at? Look, I anticipate that we would trigger in some sellers, but I was prepared for anything. Didn't want to necessarily buy it after it creates such a big push without it resetting. Now I've pushed through it. I do see a potential option on the interruption entry, but on the 5 minute, which is the least probable of all the interruption entries. The lower down in time frame, the less probable it is, but it is valid. Malik, all good, mate. Train cane, yeah. Did think they trigger in some sort of sell pressure, but has not. Go 40 for our order block. Let's just push through a 4-hour resistance. So Mumber effects clipping I've heard of him, yes. Why? Herbert, living dream, brother, always learning. Nice one, mate. Nice one. That's what it's about. I mean, we come here, yeah, don't trade that often. We talk a bit of smack, we have a bit of fun, we learn together. Is it better than watching some chick dance? Don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but at least you can learn something. Okay, yeah, it's always good to talk about training. Ricky, enjoying watching the stream. Nice one, mate. It's got plenty of time, guys, to flick later to those dancing girls on the other streams. Plenty of time. Keep the cogs train code. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely got to continue to learn and keep active, keep the mind active. All right, are we running out of a bit of steam at the moment? Michael, patience, Zep. Ali just almost blew your account. Absolutely got it. Yeah, you shouldn't let that happen, mate. It's an important thing in trading called risk management. And it's... I mean, you need to be fully aware of risk management prior to trading. Train code, you'd like to see 30 minutes more for our close into London Open. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, if the hourly closes, the only concern for me is, and you've pretty much tapped into target here. So for me, I'd like to get involved upon a pullback. Iceman? No, not currently. It's a buy limit. Ali made 1k over the last 3 days and blew 2/3 every 5 minutes. Yeah, that's obviously then you got issues with risk management. Get moving a stop loss, hoping would drop back down. Just stupid. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. You said it yourself. You got a stop loss for a reason. It's the point where you don't trust the trade anymore, where you don't want to be in the trade anymore. Point of cutoff. It's a point where you accept your risk and the amount that you could lose. You may choose to you know, manage it in between it, but never remove your stop loss in anticipation it's going to reject. Because obviously you've just experienced what happens, and I'm you know, sad to hear it, mate. But again, it's your own stupidity, so at least you're aware of that. Just don't let it happen again, mate. And we've been there. I've been there. I've done that. A lot of us have been there and done that. Did that many years ago. I used to do it regularly, not accepting the trade going against me, adding positions, moving a stop loss, and it just continues through it, and then you blow your account, things like that. So just let it be a lesson, mate. Michael, you also do it at the beginning. Yeah, I think nearly all of us do it at the very beginning. Trade Delicious, more into you. It's gambling, it is, Michael, 100%. Gold continues, so it's going to be tough to get this buy limit at the minute, to be honest. It could just continue to push through. Got another little pause just here. And if we engulf, I'm not going to look for that interruption. I'd rather take this one because at least we'll be retesting a zone. And again, do believe there's a good chance we will trigger in some buyers if we do in fact pop back down to that level. I think it is a level of liquidity. The zone here to the left. Michael, I've been wishing, yeah, I used to do all that too. Don't worry. We've all, again, most of us have been there. Ricky, that's how we learn and understand the market and how fast money can be. Yep. Again, I've told you guys the story of I hopped on a plane. It was when I used to trade crypto back in the day. Bitcoin Cash. Hopped on a plane, had like a $400 bet. Got off the plane, I was up about 2.5K. I took the money. I was really, really happy. Went out on the terps, as you do. Placed the trade. Didn't even bother to, I didn't even remember placing it, to be honest. I held it. The next day I realized I was in a trade. I was in drawdown, held it, thinking, well, also it's open now, might as well just let it go. And the account was gone not long after, a few days later. So we've all been there, we've all done that, all that stupid stuff. It's all learning curve. Mark will have rules and follow them, exactly. Trading cadence is good, accumulate here, manipulate low, and then take the high. Got TP. Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see if it actually does pop back down, because it does look like it could, in fact, continue bullish here. House Corner, we can watch them once we make it, but then until then, charts it is. Oh, yeah, the dancing girls. Wasn't TikTok originally created for that? Not saying dancing girls, but wasn't it originally created for it was something to do with music related, I think. To showcase local talents or something like that. I can't remember. Or was it created to spy on people? Who knows? That's what other people are saying. Tell you what I'm been getting into, guys. Getting into loans. Obviously men's, not ladies. Considering even doing some maybe some, I don't know, rating some colognes and things like that, perhaps. Giving my honest thoughts of it from maybe an Australian perspective, so not being shy to drop a few words that probably not everyone's used to hearing, but what is everyone's favorite cologne? Whilst we're on the topic, waiting on gold here, it's continuing to the upside. There is no entry for me. I'm not chasing the buy unless it pulls back. It's just not my entry. I've already pushed too far. Mark or Jimmy Choo? Jimmy Choo will want you forever. I haven't heard of that one, to be honest, but I actually know I've heard of Jimmy Choo, but I'm not familiar with the actual particular scent. Tell you what, there's this Aussie one which I got my hands on yesterday. It's a niche brand. Unbelievable. It is, oh man, it's the bee's knees. It is so good. It's different too. It's very, I would say it's more summery. It's a bit sweet, but it's also I think the main note is ginger as well, so it's not overly sweet. I I mean, I've got it sitting here. Well, not right next to me. Could get up and let you guys know what it is. Goldfield, that's it. Goldfield Banks, unreal. That is good stuff. Sam Double J 7. They make some ripping sense. Not very cheap, but yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. 50ml bottle sent me back $189. Should have just got the 100ml, but I wanted to get a few different ones, so I just get the 50. Yeah, Goldfield Banks, unreal. If you guys haven't heard of it, wow. Iceman TikTok was originally created for lips. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I thought. Something like that. Goldfield Banks. What's the name of it? Ingenious Ginger. Pretty cool little bottle too, to be honest. Not you guys can see it. Sorry, camera's not the best. Yeah, you can't pick it up on the screen, but I'll do a little review. It smells unreal though, this stuff. Wow, really good. Liking the new Hugo Boss as well. Absolutely, that's really good stuff as well. Both that and the other one. Got it. Bottled bold citrus. That's a good one. Yeah, Goldfield Banks, guys. If you've not smelt it before, it is unreal. It's really good. They got a few different. Obviously, it's got more than one scent. I think that's the slightly cheaper end of their range, to be honest. I think they only go up basically from that. That again, $190 for $189 for 50ml. It's pretty expensive. Michael Ginger is so good in clone. It is, mate. It is. I do like vanilla as well, but that's more of a winter sort of fragrance, I suppose. Like your stock standard, intense, Giorgio Armani intense, intensely. Sorry. So Maya, how long till we see it goes up or down? Have to wait and see, but at the moment it's just stalling a little bit. It's obviously made a big push to the upside. We just need to wait. I've got 15 minutes roughly, just over 15 minutes until London Open. Now I'm prepared to take the risk on this limit order buy, so I've kept it in, but that's the only thing I see at the minute. The London Open, don't see continuation buys, to be honest, because we're likely going to close back bullish here on the 15. So therefore, the continuation buy, what I'd like to see prior to continuation is I need a catalyst, and the catalyst is usually something such as a engulfing candle, or at least a strong bodied candle. But I would have loved to have seen price triggering some sell pressure prior to it. We don't have that confirmation, only on the 5-minute, not the 15-minute. So once again, I still would prefer the pullback option at this rate. Still a bit of, way to go. Mira, good day to you. How's the corner? You have no idea. So I'll try my favorite is any bar of soap. Nice one. At least you keep them clean, mate. That's the main thing. Seeing I have way too many clones. Yeah, I'm starting to accumulate quite a few, to be honest. But I enjoy it, so gotta have something you enjoy in life. PDM odds here. Yeah, that's a good one too, mate. I don't have it, but it is a good one. So it's not cheap. Sam Double J 7. Bohemian Lime. Okay. Actually, was a toss up between the Goldfield Banks scent and Michael Kors scent, which, wow, that was also really, really good. It's little known. It's not something I see pumped on social media or anything. It's not cheap as well. It's roughly the same price. So I took a little sample bottle of that and decided to go with the Goldfield Banks, but that was also a really nice scent. If you are interested in new colognes, Michael Kors, it's just absolute. That's what it is. Smells good though, really good. Blue de Chanel, let's go. Peppernickel. Yeah, it's look, I like it, but I don't know, it's not, to me, it's, yeah, it's just a stock standard type of thing, but it is good. No, you can't go wrong with it. I make beats. Good day to you. Thoughts on GJ? Marked up chart. Just stuck in consolidation, really. GJ at the minute. Would prefer the buys from support or sells from resistance or opportunities on the side of it. Preferencing the downside. It is much cleaner though. That's why. It's the upside, you are running into some congestion to the left, some resistance. But to me, GJ is just accumulating at the moment, so likely building up liquidity in order to make the next move. So you might have to patiently wait for that to present. But a good option would be if it actually does pop below, like I've marked here, and break through the Asian range low, I'll need to grab that liquidity and pop back above it. That to me is probably your best option potentially moving forward if it does present, seeing we are close to the support. Gold is pushing. Wow. Ink up, homage, or however it's spelled. No, I think you spelled it right, mate. I think. Last for days, yeah. Tell you what, I did try a dupe of one of the Louis Vuitton fragrances yesterday. They saw at Chemist Warehouse. Those, you know, would be familiar with Chemist Warehouse. Tell you what, that lasted until this morning. I could still smell it. That's, and I shower, guys. I'm a clean guy. I'm really hygienic. I could still smell it. I woke up this morning. Oh wow! So it's a cheap one too. It's only like 50 bucks. Well, eventually, that's 100 mils too. I think. Actually, buy a bottle of that. A little bit sweet. That put me off a little bit too sweet, but it settles down quite nicely. I'm not sure what it's a dupe of which Louis Vuitton fragrance. I'm not 100% sure of the name, to be honest. AV, I think London market have interest rate change news. Yeah, that's later. That's well and truly later. That's 4 hours from now or something, 5 hours. So you can always buy mine on sale at wholesaler, since I don't need them desperately. I'm willing to wait. Wholesaler, mate, let me know. Let me know names. Aqua by Georgia. Yeah, that's also a good one, man. That was my old favorite. And many moons ago. I'm talking about when I was like 18, 20. I did recently have a bottle, but IV Imagination is probably that. Tell you another sleeper, which it's been around forever, but not many know of it, and that's Clinique. And it is a brand associated with cosmetics. Clinique for men, Happy. For summer, that is a cracking fragrance. Very citrusy. You got your orange and lime sort of notes, but it is really good and it lasts. And it's cheap. It's not expensive at all. I mean, I didn't buy one today, but I saw yesterday. I saw a bottle for 50 ml for $30 at Chemist Warehouse. It's not a black bottle, no, mate. It's a clear bottle and actual coloration of the clone itself is yellow. Michael, you're both from Myers and Jet. Well, that's, to be fair, that's where I got one of the clones yesterday, the Goldfields and Banks from Myers. Chemist Warehouse don't sell it. Well, not I don't know if anyway, I didn't see it. Iceman, Melbourne, Australia, my friend. Right, just under 9 minutes until session open, and we are still waiting for gold here. Let's see if it does in fact pull back. GU at resistance now. Up and down, consolidation, pure trash at the minute on these majors. EU struggling to close above, to remain above that resistance. Like I did mention earlier, if I was to look for buys on EU, I'd rather actually create the impulse, pull back, and look for a break and retest. Do also prefer the sells. I do believe it's much cleaner if it does in fact reject. And gold, I'm prepared to risk it, guys. I'm prepared to see if London in fact shits the bed and dumps straight back into the range below, and then I'll be the one. Don't blame me if you're going to take the trade as well. Maybe the bottle name, what, the Louis Vuitton dupe? I honestly don't know the name of it, man. Hold on, let me quickly look it up. Oh, you're kidding me. You TikTok. So every now and again you get this thing pop up saying we have detected inactivity. You need to drag the puzzle piece across in place within 5 minutes, otherwise it's going to cut it off. And it's not loading it. It says error occurred. So if I cut off in 5 minutes, guys, on TikTok, oh, here we go. Now it's loading. All right, get about, it's fixed.
Hey, good morning, mate.
How are you, mate?
Hey, I'm okay. And you?
Nice one. Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Just
Okay.
gym, and had to drive to the other side of town in the morning. I found it, by the way. I'll type in the chat. Sorry, mate. AV, I'll type in the chat for you. What are we looking at today, Franco?
Yeah, also on some buys on gold in this area, which we are right now. Waiting for creating some support further below, and then maybe take some buys. Or if we close them below this H4 resistance, and maybe take sells.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to see it. Before taking a sell, I'd like to see it actually create some support though back at that level. Similar to yesterday, but that sell we're looking at, but it just dropped without really giving me enough chance to get involved.
The good call, from my understanding right now, is that we are here in H4. So, and I think buys above this H4 and sells below this H4 makes sense.
Yep.
Did you see that yesterday I took some gold sells?
I saw in the chat.
Yeah, nice 20 pips.
Well done, mate. Where was it? Somewhere here, I think.
12:50 my time. Let's take a look.
Just there?
Yeah, correct. This one, yeah.
Yep, nice one.
The following candle.
Yep.
Correct.
So you secured before it popped back up. Nice one.
Yeah, correct. So I was looking maybe if we break the low of this bearish wick there.
Yep.
So then I think yeah, it would go further down. but it didn't was, so I secured 20 pips, 50% set PE, and then it went a little bit more down, and then it went up and then set PE.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, at least you managed it well. So
yeah,
still a win. Nice one.
yeah, absolutely. So getting familiar with gold more and more.
Yep. Very volatile, obviously.
Yeah, this morning, so I was looking the same as you, and because of this no lower wick, I didn't took it, so it was a good decision not to take it at the end.
Oh, just here. Yeah, it did drop,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
about
correct.
20 pips, roughly. But yeah, no lower wick, so there's no entry.
No entry for me, because no, this lower wick, but it was very, so it was an interesting area at the end. You have to take cells there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's good not to be involved at the end. With
That's
the
it.
big move to the upside.
Yeah, that's it. We just need to wait patiently and see if it does actually pull back. But yeah, so let's see. Simon, Old Spice, my dad's favorite. I'm wearing the mark of the man. Anyone go back? I do remember it. That stuff would make you cry literally, because it's that bloody, it smells like bloody petrol, chili petrol or something. Old Spice, oh, that brings back memories. There was another one, low something, starts with L, something. It was same shit, and god, that was terrible stuff. May as well just pour a bottle of bloody vodka over the top of you, probably smell better. Emil, who? Me? My mic's fine, man. My mic's not cheap. Got an expensive mic. Eldorado, I think for our assistance at 4020, you can go up. Yeah, you got a little bit above that, yep. Emil, Franco's mic, it sounds alright. To me, it sounds normal, sounds fine. Got a yellow clear bottle for got it. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. It's good stuff. I rate it, and it lasts. Like I said, I could still smell it this morning after showering and everything. Sean in gold cells from 4008. All right, nice one. You're looking pretty good. Just be wary. It's London Open in just under a minute. D2 wholesalers, I use a private blend. Yeah, I know private blends, a dupe shop. Yep. German shelf for big names. Oh, okay. Had a mistake up. Got straight. All good, mate. All good. So we've got 40 seconds till session open here. Michael, dad always had a bathroom, Old Spice. Yeah, so home, man. I think it was just one of those things that everyone gifted as, you know, back in the day, or whatever it was, birthdays, Christmas. Because it was cheap, nasty, terrible stuff though. You could probably start your car on that stuff, to be honest. Lynx, oh mate, Lynx Africa. Oh, they still sell it, I think, don't they? That is also, that was horrible stuff. It was what every teenager used. Lynx. I don't even use aerosol anymore, I just use the roll-on stuff. Alright, London Open. Are we gonna come back down? Let's just see. East African, yeah, same man, in teens. I think everyone did. Sean, 4008 entry, moved to break even now. Had 4005-ish key area liquidity. I expect to pull back. Okay, nice one. Nice one, mate. At least you're managing it. I like the fact that you're at break even. So you've got a plan. You're execute upon your plan, and you're not willing to take a loss at this point. So good work. Marco, my mic has a slight echo. Sometimes it does. I have no idea why. To be honest, I'm not very good with technology and that, so there's probably some sort of setting that I could have a bit of play with to fix it. But it seems to be a thing that happens occasionally and then it's okay again. So let me know if it does in fact correct itself. This is unusual, guys, unless a lot of you may have jumped across to YouTube stream, because there's more people on YouTube today than TikTok. It's a rarity. Sean, don't usually trade per London, so don't want to lose on a trade that's set up before. That's fair enough, mate. Again, it's well done. Good work on at least not being greedy and getting to break even. You took your entry based on your plan, and you're managing it as well. So gold, jeez, just continuing to pump. Thing is, again, I'm not comfortable buying it upon continuation above the high here, guys, because we have now wicked into this 4009 region multiple times, leaving long wicks to the upside. To me, it suggests that price is potentially exhausting. So I'm not prepared to buy it upon continuation. I still much rather buy it upon the pullback. I'm still only seeing that potential, that particular level, because it is in fact valid in accordance to one of our entries, which is the interruption candle entry. It's not something I take normally off the 5 minute, though I have taken it before, but it's not something I take often. I do prefer it on the 15 or the 30. But it is still in fact valid, so it's the only thing I can see. Meantime, guys, just give me a minute. I'll be back shortly. Did the opposite to watch YouTube on my computer, TikTok and phone. That, mate, legend. Watching on both. It's a true supporter. Appreciate it, mate. Tomorrow, do you not think it will not drop before 98? Not drop before 98? What do you mean? We're well above 98. I'll drop below. It could do it, but again, I have a valid entry, so I'm willing to take that risk. Maybe US 30. It's not something I look at, but all right, I'm waiting. So limit, yeah, looks okay. It's obviously created a nice impulse to the downside here. Again, I'm assuming you're looking at the 5 minute because there's not really another option at the moment. Nice clean impulse, so you've got a valid interruption also on US 30 here. Does actually have quite a lot of volume. Again, I personally wouldn't trade it this time of day, but it is definitely moving. So that to me would be a good potential entry point. Whether it makes it back that far or not before maybe continuing to the downside remains to be seen. So it could just continue bearish. There is obviously momentum at the moment to the downside here. 15-minute structure is definitely bullish. Let's quickly look at it. Weekly bearish, low high, low low as well. Daily pulling back quite significantly into that previous bullish candle. Inside bar candle, 4-hour candle probabilities are bearish. Structure is bearish as well. Does look like it could potentially continue down to 47,120, roughly 115. 15 is definitely bullish in structure, but is creating micro time frame or micro structure. So structure within the structure to the downside. So yeah, I do like the limit order sell. I think that is a really good option. For me, that'd be back at a lot of this bullish, 5-minute candle. Gold 15. All right, so where's your sell limit? US 30, US 100, yeah. Let's have a look at those just quickly. Yeah, similar. Gold is just kind of dead in the water at the minute after such a big push. It's slowed down. Phil, good morning to you, mate. This is exciting, isn't it, guys? Gold is just not moving. Raphael, finally an English streamer. Fair enough, mate. Welcome. Hope this eventuates soon. Otherwise, just if it's going to continue push the upside, so I don't have to worry about waiting for the time being. Greetings from Portugal. Nice one, mate. Worldwide community. Welcome from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening from Melbourne, Australia. Good morning to you. Once again, this pocket of accumulation suggests that we are building liquidity in the market, and the movement at the moment, the momentum is to the upside. So likelihood is that will continue and break to the upside. But again, I'm not chasing it after such a big push with these long wick projections, because once again, it still suggests that perhaps we are running out of steam at the current level. So I still would preference the pullback buy. But again, it remains to be seen if it's going to eventually pull back or not. I'm not going to chase it above the high though. Nice man, looks like could enter yep, it does potentially. Just got the dreaded school bill. Come on, gold. And Guitarra, Asia push London consolidates. For a lot of time it does, but I mean, obviously pre-London, it's made a nice move as well at the EU Open. Did it push during the Asian session today? Well, it did make a pretty nice move from the lows eventually. And at the minute, it seems to appears to have run out of steam. Oh, this is just bloody boring. There's nothing is happening on gold at the minute. Oh, going up. At least it's trying to do something. Yeah, Iceman's problem is it's a bit too late for one here. Having said that, I can honestly sleep 5 minutes after having a cup of coffee. EU cells look okay. Long rejection on that previous M15 back into that 4-hour resistance. EU looks shit house. gold's just continuing to the upside. So again, it's just I'm not prepared to chase it. Iceman? Yeah. No, it's just after 7 p.m, 7:15 p.m. here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, guys. We're just continuing to the upside. So if that is to be the case, then for me, I'd honestly just say the only way I'm getting involved in gold to the upside today is if it does pull back. Because the thing is, without it properly resetting, guys, you got to ask yourself, how far into the move are you getting involved? And at the minute, almost 300 pips into the move. I'd rather avoid it, in all honesty, to the upside, if that's the case. Again, just preference of pullback, because at the minute, it just is what it is. It's just ripping. Wow. I really want it to dump. I just want it to dump. It's not going to, though. There's nothing. It's a buy limit order. Alright, so gold's gone, guys. It's not going to come back for the time being. So I'm going to go as well. I'm going to make some dinner. Yeah, well, not much you can do about it, guys. Again, I'm not prepared to chase the move. But nonetheless, bit of fun talking about a few other things other than trading for today. Well, appreciate the support as always, guys. Once again, Friday I will not be on stream tomorrow. I won't have the time for it. I'll be way too busy to stream. Otherwise, though, don't forget, subscribe like that person just did. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Make sure to have the notifications switched on. I'll be back Monday live on stream. Any questions or if you just want to say g'day, feel free to send me a DM. I always reply to every message. Appreciate all the support, guys. You have a great weekend and trade safe. Don't do anything stupid. And I will catch you guys into the new week. Take care. My team, I'll chat to you guys later. Have a good one. All the best.
Yeah. See you later.
See you guys. Bye. See you TikTok. Bye, guys.